I never got to meet my great-grandfather, Frank Rush. In fact, no one I know in the family did, since Frank died in 1934. I do know he was a commercial baker, and he left behind a few artifacts, including his handwritten cookbook. I'm boiling down and making Frank's recipes as a tribute to him and to other family members that we'll never get to meet. I'm Tom Mattingly, and this is Baking with Frank. Okay, welcome back to Baking with Frank. So today we are going to do a cake. This is our first cake. Well, I guess it's really not our first cake. We did a pineapple upside down cake, but this is our first of Frank's cakes. So we are going to do a caramel layer cake. And in Frank's world, that meant that the cake was caramel. So we're also going to do a chocolate buttercream to put on top of that. So let's get started. So, pulling from my extensive experience here and just knowing that things take time, I've already weighed out most of the ingredients. Everything's ready to roll. I'm going to tip you down here so you can see what's going on. Right there in the mixer, we have got three sticks of butter. When there's 3 sticks of butter involved, you pay attention. All right. So 3 sticks of butter, and we are going to cream that with 3/4 of a pound of light brown sugar. Why light brown sugar? Because it's what I had in the house. We've already established that. While you're sitting here watching me do this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. People keep telling me to tell you to do that. I keep forgetting. This is the first time. Here we go. We're gonna cream those together. And while we're doing that, we're gonna get the eggs ready. 4 eggs. That's 1. And 2. That's my friendly's egg cracking technique there. Thank you, Dick Freewald, circa 1984. Oops, that wasn't. Ignore that. All right, so as you can see over here, butter and sugar creaming together well. Gonna put in the eggs. Put them all in at once. We're gonna do this, let's do this. All right, so there is our eggs and our butter. We're gonna add in the milk. This is 1 cup of milk. In this case, I'm using skim milk because it's what we had in the house. I realized that Frank probably would have had whole milk. I don't have whole milk. I didn't have time this morning to run to the store. So here we go. Stay with me. All right, so jumping straight into the dry ingredients. So we have 1 1/4 pounds of all-purpose flour. Weighed out on our trusty scale here. Got to use the cool 1 pound weight right there. So that's fun. Get that out of the way. We have 1/4 ounce of salt. I'm using sea salt because somebody told me once it was cleaner. And 5/8 of an ounce of baking powder. Now, I don't know about you, and I don't know about anything, but that looks like a lot of baking powder. But that's what it broke down to, so we're gonna put it in. Give those a quick stir here, just to get everything incorporated. And we'll start adding that into the wet ingredients. Let's see what we end up with. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. No. Okay, we're all good. All right, so, Mom spoon. Start putting that into the wet ingredients. You give that another little jaunt there. Put this in a little bit at a time. Slow it down a little bit because it seems to be jumping. Hello. I'm sure you don't want to watch that 15 times. We'll come back. Okay, so we're about to get these into a pan, but I just wanted to share with you. Okay, so here is Frank's handwritten recipe. What you see under there is my chicken scratch trying to break it all down. But that is Frank's recipe. And then we have this lovely book, The Master Cake Baker by Cleve Carney, Mr. Carney. Miss Carney, if you're nasty. There's old Cleve himself. Wait, there's another one. There's another one. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, come on, fingers, work with me here. There he is again. I mean, that's a handsome bastard if you ever saw one, isn't it? All right. Here in Cleve's book from 1927, which is one of Frank's, $5 then, 90 bucks now, is the exact same caramel layer cake recipe, which Frank has marked with an X, so kudos to him. But Frank might have plagiarized this one. All right. Okay, so here's where we've ended up. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Rich, delicious. It's probably a little thicker than most come on, words. Most cake batters that I've ever seen. But, you know, so be it. Frank hadn't steered us wrong yet. Well, that once. All right, so we're gonna get these here in the pans. This is going to be a layer cake. Ooh, it's a heavy batter. Let me just tell you that right now. Oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And waiting, I actually mucked up and heated to 375. So if you see it standing open behind me, that's because I'm cooling it off. And if you hear splashing, that's not because I'm on a water ride, that's because there's a dog getting a drink. All right, try to make these as even as possible. And you know, while we're doing this, probably another good time for you, if you haven't yet, to hit that like and subscribe button. We're gonna put that there. We're gonna put the last little blob over here. Spread these out a touch. Now let's scrape that off, just for kicks. That looks good. That looks good. Let's keep that dollop too, because why give up the goodness? All right, and going into right behind me, if I can get this up a touch, going into the KitchenAid, 350 degrees. Those pans are greased and floured. We're gonna set the timer for 30 minutes and let them ride. Okay, we are back. Ooh, there's the steam. And there they are, looking good. I'm going to use both hands to pull them out of the oven so that, you know, we don't have no shit incident. So hang on back. So the cakes are caking. You see the cakes? There's the cakes. The cakes are caking back there. We are going to mix up some chocolate frosting. So super simple. This is, again, coming out of Cleve's book. We all remember Cleve. He's a handsome feller. All right, so I have here 2 sticks of butter, melted, going in. And into that, we're gonna mix 2/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. And I just realized I didn't have an attachment. Hang on. All right, I took advantage of that break to mix in the cocoa with the butter. And now we're gonna add to that 3 cups, one at a time, because, you know, dusty, of powdered sugar, each with a little bit of milk. I'm using skim milk because it's what we had in the house, but also because then it makes it healthy. I won't make you listen to this. So, we have chocolate. And we're Here's the opportunity, because it's cake and because the cake needs frosted, to use another Frank artifact. Frank's own spatula. So, turn you around here a little bit. Sorry for that bounce. And let's get to putting this together. So this is probably the second time in my life that I've actually iced a cake. So don't tell anybody. And if I'm doing it wrong, well, keep that to yourself. Nobody likes a smarty pants. All right, I'm gonna spread that out. I think that went pretty well. Grab cake number 2. Right on top, just like the old days. I don't know what that meant. More on top. There's still a little bit left on the sides. Inside for the sides, I should say. And you know, if there's any left over, we're gonna put it on top because icing is delicious. So there's that. You know what, I'm just gonna make this really simple because I'm all about making it simple. Plop it all on top and we'll spread it down from there. Why not? Hang on. So here we go. There's the fully iced cake. Cutting in. And do a small slice, even though it's healthy cake, right? We're all on that page together. Nobody rat me out. So, I've never had caramel cake before where the cake was caramel. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. But I'd say that's not bad. I also do like a dense cake, so it probably is not as light as some people would want. Some people aren't me. Turning around a little bit. All right, let's give it a run. Of course we're going for the top part that's got the icing on it. I'm going to take a second bite to tell you fully how good that is. I'm not mad at that at all.